In this video, I will show you how to use variables in make.com. So you have two main nodes to do this. You have the tools modules, so set and get variable, and the data store module, as you can see on the second line. Under it, you have one use case for each type of variables that we will see later. So first, let's review the tools and data store modules to see how are they different. Basically, the main difference between tools and data store is where you can use the variables. For tools, you will set and get variables in the same scenario, but for data store, data are shared across scenarios, meaning you can add rows in your data store in one automation and then retrieve this data in another automation. And another thing to notice is that data store is like a small database linked to Remake account, and you have more functionalities available, like for example, as you can see, add a record, update it, get it, delete it, check if it exists, etc, etc. When for tools, you can just set variables and get variables later. So let's review each module to understand them one by one. So the set variable module is basic. You have a variable name and a value. You can get it with this module later, as you can see here. This is the same idea for set multiple variables, but for multiple items, as you can see here, you can add more. And same idea for get multiple variables. You have variable 1, variable 2, and you can add more. For data store, let me move this here. You have a data store that you create and that is linked to your Make account. In each data store, you can create data structures, as you can see here with email, state, and date. You have also the key that is myID1 here. That is the key of the element that you add to the database. You have update a record. So same idea, you have your data store, you have the key, and you can indicate here what you want to update. You have get a record, so you just need the key and the data store. Same for delete a record, you have the key and the data store, and check the existence of a record, you have the key and the data store. Next, I've prepared some use cases for each type of variables that we'll review, so you understand how to use these modules in real-world scenarios. For set and get variables, I took the use case of setting the limit of tokens used when you use LLM in your scenarios. So let me just move the trigger here. Let me run this. So let's zoom in again. Let's open this. So basically here, I just wrote a simple prompt, generated text of 500 words. You have the output where you have the choice, message, content, and you have the output here. You have also the usage here with the prompt token, total token, completion token. For this example, we're interested in this value and we try to retrieve it, check if it's upper or lower of the limit we set up in the router here. We have the set variable module where we just retrieve the total token used, as I said, and the value should be 736. For the router, we have two routes. We have the first one with the filter. If the token's usage is superior to 10,000, you go this route. And if it's inferior, you go this route. So in this case, it's inferior. So basically, we can redo another request to the LLM, and we can stack up with another set variable module. We have the variable token that we retrieve from this module here, 736. And we just add with the plus the usage of this module here. And as you can see, we have something around 1,365 token used. And we can get the variables at the end, as you can see here. The other route will be different, but let's say you wanted to use a maximum 700 token per minute. What you could do here is after the filter of the router, you could add a delay of 60 seconds, so to wait another minute, and then create your new chat completion. And we can get the variable at the end if needed. Then we'll move to the data store module. So basically here, this is a simple scenario. Let's say we have a small database like this with some emails, the state of the request and the date created. So this is resolved, this is pending, this is resolved. We set up a trigger to retrieve all the data of this database. So we select everything. Then we use an iterator to go through each rows of this database. And then if the state is unresolved, so basically this one, you apply this filter here where the state is not equal to resolved, and you log it in a data store. So you have the key, you have the email, the state, and the date from the database. And you can set up after this another automation that, for example, every hour search for new records. And if the date is, for example, earlier or equal, then you can put whatever you want here. You can send a type of email, and if it's not, you can send a different type of email. So I hope this video helped you to understand better variables in make.com. Let me know in the comments if you have any question regarding this. Thank you for watching.